Is a small disaster. So when you call 1-800-WATER-DAMAGE of North Dakota, we come prepared to restore your life back to normal. From burst pipes to unexpected mold discoveries or fire damage, when things couldn't be worse, we come to you with our best. With empathy, local expertise, and a truck full of seriously powerful equipment. 1-800-WATER-DAMAGE of North Dakota. Restoring what matters most. 701-670-2022.
Hi there, Meteorologist Lisa Green here, and welcome to this Valley News Now weather update brought to you by 1-800-WATER-DAMAGE of North Dakota. We are here to talk about the forecast for today for the Valley, but also the Olympics as well. The opening ceremony kicking off tonight and, well, this afternoon actually for us here in the Valley in the central part of the country. In Milan, they're about 7 hours ahead, so that'll be tonight for them. So let's take a look at our forecast for today in Milan and in northern Italy. So let's see here. We'll pull up our graphic and take a look. You can see curling going on here, and that's one of the competitions that's already kicked off for today. In Milan, their forecast today, definitely a nice day here, looking at some 50s there. Of course, up in the mountains, it's going to be colder. And again, some events that we've highlighted here that are happening today, some skiing, curling, ski jumping, hockey, some skating going on as well today. And so looking at that forecast, this timeline that you see here is for us. So this is 10 a.m. Central Time. And again, they're about 7 hours ahead. So it's about 5 p.m. their time right now in Central Italy, or Central Europe and Northern Italy. And there's Milan. It's the Milano Cortina Olympics, or Cortina's over here in the Alps, the Italian Alps, where other skiing competitions are going on. Just to kind of orient you as we head into the games. Kind of nice to know where some of these spots are. So again, looking more sunny, mostly sunny in Milan before that sun goes down. And then through the course of the evening hours, there may be a little bit of rain in some of the mountains there, a little freezing rain going on there, and quieter over toward Milan. So we'll check in on that Olympics forecast from time to time. But let's get into what's going on here in the Valley. So we've had some wind. We had some really strong winds this morning. Some gusts overnight that got into the 40s. I think our highest gust was 47 in the Beltrami area, northwest Minnesota. And you can see there's still some wind. Our camera's a little bit dirty here down at the Dakota Magic Casino. And so looking at, generally speaking, some decent conditions going on around the valley. It is still on the breezy side that wind is starting to come down in that area. The casino is about right here, and then Sisseton farther south into Roberts County, a gust of 31 miles per hour there. Fergus Falls checking in with a gust of 28, and Alexandria gusting to 23, but Fargo, no current gust. Our current wind speed that's steady is 21. That wind is out of the north, so it's colder air moving into the valley. And our wind forecast, those gusts are going to come down, and by the time we get into late afternoon, we'll be seeing wind speeds that are much more tolerable, but still out of the north. Here's a look at our radar and satellite map. There are areas that have clouds, other places seeing some sunshine. You can see where we're clear. The black and white version kind of helps to show us on our visible satellite where we have snowpack when we put it into motion and where we have clouds. So the clouds are going to likely be moving unless we have fog overhead, which is not the case. And then areas where we have clear skies, you can actually see some of the snowed, iced over lakes. There's Upper and Lower Red Lake, Lake of the Woods here, and then the darker conifer trees of northern Minnesota also showing through. So more sunshine in this area. We've got some breaks in the clouds in northeastern North Dakota. And the general forecast for us today is to see more breaks in the clouds heading into the afternoon along the Red River and points east. More likely stuck under the clouds in our western viewing area. And that's an area that's had some flakes and flurries through the course of the morning as well. So here's a look at our temperatures. We're down to 7 already in Pedette with the colder air moving in. It's 15 in Grand Forks, 17 in Fargo. Yesterday we got to 40 in Fargo, so we are a far cry from that here this morning. This actually isn't bad. This is typical for February. We were just so warm yesterday. And Oaks and Jamestown still pretty mild. We do need to factor in that wind. It feels more like it is below 0 in Grand Forks, a wind chill of 1 below. Our air temperature is 0. And our hour-by-hour planner here. So we're going to see those clouds decrease through the course of the morning. And by the time we get into that afternoon hour, that 3 o'clock hour this afternoon, more places seeing a little bit more sun. Cloud cover will be more, again, prominent in the Devil's Lake area, stretching down through parts of southeastern North Dakota. So that clearing line will be one to watch for this afternoon. It is milder under the clouds at least. And then moving on into tonight, the wind really eases up. You can see still northerly at 7 o'clock, but it is more in that 5 to 10, maybe 15 mile per hour range at that point. And it's just cold outside in the northeast. We're looking at temperatures into the late night hours. This is 10:30. Some of us dropping below zero up along the border, especially northwest Minnesota. Some single digits in Grand Forks and Fargo, so a cold Friday evening. But keep an eye on this wind arrow here. You can actually see some of these areas where we're starting to see that wind pickup out of the south, and that's exactly what's going to happen for us in the valley overnight and into Saturday morning. We'll see those winds turn more southerly or southeasterly, and that will reintroduce a warming trend to us here. It will be breezy though, so temperatures will be on their way up. This is 5 a.m. and then moving on into the 8 o'clock hour, temperatures will be on their way up, but there will be a wind chill factor with these gusts that are going to be more into that 30 mile per hour range, and you can see more clouds on the way for Saturday as well. So let's take a look at our wind gust planner. By the time we get into this afternoon, these numbers here are your wind gusts, not your temperatures. And you can see that we're looking at winds that are not that strong heading into this afternoon and into tonight. And then moving on, I'm just going to zip ahead to Saturday to show you that wind field moving overhead. Again, these winds, they are blowing in out of the south. So that's a warming air coming our way. That will set us up for a milder day. But again, when we've got winds that are strong and temperatures that are below freezing, we're going to have that wind chill factor. Noon, still seeing some of those gusts, 20s, 30 miles per hour. And then by the time we get into Saturday evening, we're watching that wind field start to shift eastward and we're quieting down. And Sunday will end up being on a quieter note. So looking at your weekend forecast, Saturday, mostly cloudy. I'm hoping we get to see a little sunshine before it sets Saturday afternoon and evening. And then we're looking at another push of clouds on Sunday. And we're going to have another system, this one mostly passing by to the north of us. But we are keeping an eye out for the potential for some precip Sunday evening and less clouds too as the day goes on Sunday. You can see that chance for some snow or light mix. This is 8 p.m. So heading out to go watch the big game with friends. If you're driving up in the Northern Valley, especially along Highway 2 and points north, you may run into some of this moisture heading home from the party. And you can see that we have the potential for a mix of rain and snow with temperatures on the mild side. That moves on. Everywhere else should be pretty quiet. And then moving on into Monday, that'll be our next better chance for precip. You can see Monday afternoon and evening. We'll be watching for some snow into Tuesday morning. So the weekend in general, going to be quieter from a precip standpoint. And then heading into the end of the weekend and into the start of next week, we see those chances ramp up. So temperatures Saturday, 20s for a lot of us. In our western viewing area, that's where I expect milder numbers both days. So Devil's Lake and Jamestown, more into the 30s on Saturday, but mostly cloudy. And then Sunday, just about everybody getting into the 30s. And again, out west, it may be a little milder. So we may see 40 again over in Jamestown. So milder temperatures, more comfortable to be out and about. But again, reminder, Saturday is going to be on the breezy side. So here's a look at our weekend and beyond. We go from, again, a chilly blip today in our general warming trend, and then we're right back into it this weekend and next week. There are those snow chances Monday and Tuesday. And then once we get into midweek and into the end of the week, right now, our chances for precip look a little less. And temperatures stay mild heading into your Valentine's Day on Saturday as well. Maybe a chance for some precip Sunday and into Monday, but we're kind of out of the main storm track right now and getting into a milder pattern for us too as we look ahead to that second week of February. So all in all, not bad. It's just a little cooler today on this Friday. If you're going to be out for your Friday evening plans, doing some traveling, have that heavier coat with you, the warmer gear, because it will be colder today. It's not Arctic air, but it's not as warm as it was yesterday or will be as we head into the weekend. So I hope you are having a great Friday and get a chance to watch the opening ceremony. I should mention for the Olympics that opening ceremony will be at 1 p.m. our time, the live one, and I believe there's an encore on NBC at 8 p.m. during prime time tonight. If you're busy, if you're working, and don't have time to sit down and watch it live. So, and the Olympics are kicking off. One of my favorite times when we have the Olympic Games, both winter and summer. Nice to cheer on the USA and see the world come together. So we'll continue to give you your Olympics forecast. Keep an eye on things there. And then, of course, here, we'll keep you up to date on this warming trend we've got coming our way. And we'll be tracking any precip chances coming up. Again, looks like the next round comes late Sunday night for those of us in the northern tier of the valley, and then Monday for more of us seeing that chance for some snow or maybe even a little bit of a mix with our warmer temperatures lately. So have a great weekend. Enjoy the quieter weather. A little windy on Saturday, but drier and milder to come. And we'll see you back here on Monday. This has been your weather update brought to you by 1-800-WATER Damage of North Dakota.
There's no such thing as a small disaster. So when you call 1-800-WATER Damage of North Dakota, we come prepared to restore your life back to normal. From burst pipes to unexpected mold discoveries or fire damage, when things couldn't be worse, we come to you with our best. With empathy, local expertise, and a truck full of seriously powerful equipment. 1-800-WATER Damage of North Dakota. Restoring what matters most. 701-670-2022.